Hey, what's up guys? This is Cole with CJC Off-Road. I am super excited. We have our brand new 2025 Ram 2500 Limited. It just showed up yesterday. We had a lot of questions as hardcore enthusiasts. We were like, okay, what is really gonna be different, right? The trucks look pretty similar. I can say right off the bat, major powertrain updates. The truck is significantly faster than it was before. Shifts way better than it does before. Drives very nicely. And it looks a whole lot better on 37s. Now for this stage of the build, we want to give you guys a very simple blueprint for transforming how these trucks look. So what we opted to do was run one of Carli's most entry-level setups, and that is their base leveling kit with their new Spec Series 2.0 shocks. This is actually one of our best-selling kits for these Rams, and for good reason. For a relatively low price compared to a lot of suspension options that are available for these trucks, the look and overall ride quality transformation is dramatic. At the heart of the system, it's very simple actually. 2 coils, 4 shocks. What's very unique about these Carli systems for these trucks is they actually have a different shock tuning profile and a different coil spring rate for diesel versus gas applications. So nobody else on the market is really going to this level of detail for these systems, and the outcome is well worth it. The ride quality on this truck is significantly increased from stock, but what's really cool about running a simple leveling kit like this is we actually kept our factory rear springs. What that means is with the factory rear springs, this truck is actually retaining its full factory rear payload capacity. So you're not losing any functionality as far as what these trucks are intended to do, but you're getting the look, the visual upgrade, and the ride quality and handling that the softer front springs and the custom tuned shocks offer for these trucks. To round out the package, we opted to add Carli's adjustable track bar. The adjustable track bar not only helps to recenter the front axle under the front of these trucks, but it also helps to tighten the overall steering feel. Speaking of steering feel, we opted to add Carli's low mount steering stabilizer. Now this stabilizer we've covered in previous videos, but what it does is really helps to reduce steering wheel feedback with the larger tires on these trucks and to overall give a tighter steering feel. Now, speaking of tires, we opted to run the new Foundation 18-inch wheels in a bronze finish with the zero offset. We paired that with 37 by 13.5 by 18 Nitto Ridge Grapplers, one of our favorite tires on the market, offering a really nice overall aggressive look while keeping really nice street driving manners. What's really cool about these Foundation wheels is how flexible they are in terms of customization. So right out of the box, you have the option for zero offset, for a positive 19 offset, depending how you want the overall stance for the truck to sit. You have different color options as well as different ring configurations as well. So you can go with a smooth ring, you can go with a drain ring, which we opted for on this truck here. You can go for black hardware, silver hardware. And so as we go ahead and modify this build over the next couple of phases, we are actually going to showcase some of the different options available with these Foundation wheels and what you can do with them essentially. We felt like something was missing on the front of this truck, so we opted to add our CJC Off-Road intercooler guard. Now this has been one of our longest running in-house products, and we're super pleased to announce that this product fully fits on these 2025 front ends. Not only that, we were actually able to add our fog light kit as well. You'll notice we went from the factory LED fog lights to Baja Design's SAE lights on the front of the truck. Really nice overall look, brighter light than stock, very functional upgrade that really goes a long way toward transforming how these trucks drive at night. Speaking of driving, let's go ahead and hop in this thing and go for a test drive. Now, we're already seeing a lot of comments where people are saying there aren't a lot of changes on this truck. And yeah, visually, when you look at this truck, it doesn't look all that different from the outgoing 2024 models. That said, if you're willing to look a little bit beneath what you see at first glance, there are actually some significant changes that they've made to these 2025 trucks. Most noticeable, right off the line, the truck is significantly more peppy. So that dead pedal feeling that you notice on a lot of the 2014 to 2024 trucks is, I'd say, entirely gone, which, you know, as a Ram owner for several years, that is a very, very welcome change driving one of these trucks. As the transmission shifts, you don't get a lot of the confused downshifts. This truck immediately got put on 37-inch tires. We've barely put any miles on it yet. It's already shifting like it should. There's no delay in the transmission learning, you know, how to turn these 37-inch tires. All in all, I'd say this is a very modern feel in terms of how the transmission reacts both to the tires as well as how the truck downshifts when you're slowing down with the larger tires. Now, for those of you wondering, should I make that jump from a 2014 to 2018 or even from a 19 to 24 truck? I would liken this change mostly to what Ram did or what Dodge did in 07.5. So the mid-split third-gen upgrades when they went from the 5.9 to the 6.7 into the 6-speed. It's that drastic in terms of how differently the truck drives. So you're basically, in terms of drivability, in terms of shift feel, things like that, you're driving a truck that accelerates and pulls like what you'd expect a modern diesel truck to. So I'd say this is Ram's way of really bringing this Cummins platform into the modern diesel truck era. Additional upgrades that Ram has applied on this particular model. This has the adaptive steering. Our previous green 2020 truck did not have the adaptive steering. Very noticeable driving around parking lots, things like that. Just feels like a newer, more modern vehicle. When you shift the transmission into gear, it is now a shift by wire. So while you still have a tactile feedback when shifting gears, it actually feels a whole lot more modern. So that's a pretty cool upgrade. Overall, the interior will be very familiar. So if you have a 19 to 24 Ram, or if you've spent any amount of time in those trucks, what you see here is actually going to be very similar to what those trucks are, minus a couple of nice little updates. The passenger side screen, I'm not sure how many people will make use of that, but it's cool. The updated Uconnect with the 14.4 inch screen is beautiful, works great, very smooth, very fluid. Really like that. Again, not a whole lot of changes other than what I mentioned here. I'd say it's more of an evolutionary update, but a very welcome update at that. Like we said in the truck, we are very impressed with the drivability. This is a dramatic improvement over what these trucks were. Coming from a 2020 myself, I've driven for several years, tons of miles on it. This feels like a significant departure from the 68 RFE based trucks, not only in terms of engine power and output, but also in terms of how the truck shifts, the overall feel that it gives on the road. So while a lot of this is going to be very familiar, the truck has the same overall look. The actual driving experience is substantially different. So I'd highly recommend, if you have one of these at your local dealership, take the thing for a test drive, see what you really think. We weren't really expecting much in terms of changes after seeing the different leaks on these trucks, how similar they look to the previous trucks. To the point where we weren't sure if we wanted to get one. I gotta say, I'm glad we did, because this is a significant departure once again and a much improved driving experience with this new 2025. As somebody who has owned every generation of Ram, it is really cool from my perspective to see a meaningful update both to the powertrain, to the drivetrain, and basically a nice overall evolution to kind of bring these trucks into the current diesel truck generation. This is not the last you're gonna see of this truck. This is just the very beginning. We just got this truck yesterday. We have big plans. We'll be testing a variety of products on this truck and showcasing what you can really do to improve these things. So stick along with us. We have a lot more exciting content coming soon. If you guys have any questions or would like to provide any feedback, by all means, feel free to reach out or to comment on this page. We're trying to be as transparent as possible, as open as possible to answer any and all questions you guys may have. So thank you guys so much for watching. There's a lot more to look forward to.